Do you know the difference between earnest money and a builder's deposit? Today, we're going to fill you in on why it's so important to understand the distinction. Earnest money, builder's deposit. Many people think that these are synonymous, but it's important to understand the distinct differences. First, let's take a look at the definition of each and the typical amount expected to get. Earnest money is a good faith deposit that you offer to the seller to show that you're serious about purchasing their home. The amount is negotiable and could even be zero. But in our area, we usually see the buyers and sellers agreeing on the amount around 1 to 2% of the offer price. Now, a builder deposit is money paid directly to the builder at the time of contract in order to start the process. Typically, builders will not negotiate on the amount that they require, and we usually see builders request 5 to 10% of the base price. Some production builders only require $5,000 to $10,000. Now, second, let's talk about who gets the money and where it's held. Here in the Grand Strand, the earnest money deposit is given to either the real estate brokerage firm or to the buyer's closing attorney to hold in a trust account until either the closing or a mutual release is signed. You're going to make that check out to the brokerage or attorney's trust account, not to the seller. And this money is safely held by this third-party account. There are major regulations and checks on these trust accounts to ensure that your money is protected while you wait to close. And there's a ton of documentation that each month an escrow agent is required to keep, proving that they are safely handling these deposits. And the money is not allowed to be touched or used for any other reason besides your transaction. A builder deposit, on the other hand, is money paid directly to the builder and deposited in the builder's operating account. The builder is not required to keep this money in a trust account and can use the money at any time. Typically, this money is not in a separate account for your build only, but instead commingled with other buyers' deposit money. The thing to be aware of is that because of this, your deposit money could potentially be used to fund another build, not just your own. And also, if the builder goes under, your money is not protected and you might never get it back. Now, third, talking about getting back deposit money, let's talk about circumstances you can get it back. And with an earnest money deposit, should everything go smoothly, you're going to be given a credit at the closing table for that amount of your earnest money deposit, which means you're bringing less to the table at the end. Now, let's say that the closing doesn't happen. Well, as long as you have the contingencies in your contract, you still have the opportunity to get your full earnest money deposit back. A few of the typical contingencies include appraisal, financing, CL 100 findings, and house to sell. Be sure to watch our other video that explains earnest money and getting it refunded in greater detail. A builder deposit also gets credited back to you at the closing table. However, builders usually have their own contracts, which may not provide all of the same contingency protections. So be sure to carefully read through their contract and ask about contingencies and in which circumstances you would be able to get your deposit money back. And ask if any of the portion of the deposit money is non-refundable at all. Now, make sure that these things are in writing up front. Bottom line, a builder deposit is typically more than an earnest money deposit. A builder deposit goes into their operating account and does not have the same protections and checks and balances as the trust account that an earnest money deposit is held in. And for either type of deposit, you need to be sure to understand the contract and the contingencies that you have within it to get all or a portion of your deposit money back. We have many other helpful videos on building a new home in our area, and we continue to put more videos each week. So please be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out. And if you have any topics that you want to see us discuss, please let us know in the comments below.